Welcome back to Let's Play Might and Magic 7, Episode 17. Syndrome here with Breaking the Stream Gaming. Between videos, I went ahead and took care of a few administrative items. I just trained a few skills up to their appropriate levels. So let's see here. I got everybody that qualified up to Bodybuilding Master or Expert. I trained the Paladin up to Grandmaster in Mace and Master of Spirit Magic. I trained the Thief, just the bodybuilding expert, I believe. I think everything else was at its cap. And nothing new on the sorcerer. I also trained one or two more times and turned in a quest in Celeste that I'd forgotten about, the second priest promotion quest. One last thing that I did was to pick up the very important shared life spell. Now, this distributes all of the hit points in the party as evenly as possible, allowing for people only to go up to their maximum hit points. So, because the knight is going to have so many more hit points than, say, the sorcerer, this is going to be a great way to kind of keep the sorcerer in the fight. So, let's see. I also took a trip to Avley, where I laid down a Lloyd's Beacon so that we can just zip back there once we're done taking care of a few just last-minute details. So from here, after all that, it turns out that the day is Sunday. So I am going to go ahead and head to the stables. This should be our last competition in the arena. And with our light magic now pushing an effective level of 30, I don't really anticipate there being many issues with it.
This doesn't look too dangerous.
Okay. We'll get this started. Yeah, not seeing too many frightful enemies in the distance there. And we'll go ahead and start putting up regeneration.
I can't believe it! Ow! Ow!
And that angel went ahead and got rid of all of our buffs, so that was a little bit annoying.
Was that supposed to hurt? Ah! Ow! Was that supposed to hurt?
But in any case, that took care of that, so we are now all set with the arena. I'm going to go ahead and town portal over to Celestia. Just going to wait a second so that I can put up flight before we hop down into the... Oop. Well, that almost ended poorly. I don't know why we didn't take damage. I think that I landed on that golem's head, and that stopped my fall. But, that was almost pretty bad. But everything worked out in the end, so I'll take it. So we're back in the Burkatan Desert to turn in the Knight promotion quest. The Knight trainer, I believe, lives in this building right here. Okay. So the Knight's currently at 529 hit points. After promotion, that goes up to 663. So that was a nice little boost there. Okay, what to do next? Let me just go ahead and... I'm going to town portal back up to Celeste real quick. The next parts of the game are fairly challenging, so I think that I want to be as well prepared as I can be. So I'm going to go ahead and train as much as we can, evenly. The knight in the Let's see. The Knight, Paladin, and Sorcerer have already completed their promotion quests. The Thief hasn't yet, so the Thief might be a level or two behind. But we'll see. I'm also going to stop in the potion shop and see if we can find any black potions for sale. Oh, that's quite a few of them. Unfortunately, we're very short on gold, so I'll have to be a little bit selective with this. A lot of intellect, and honestly, the sorcerer isn't really using all that many spell points, so I think we're going to save our money there. I am just all kinds of turned around right now. Nope. Well, only one last way to go, so can't get lost now.
Best training in the land. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Okay, so ordinarily I do like to keep things even, but given what we're going to be going up against shortly, I'm going to try and get as many skill points as I can right now. So that's enough to get Light Magic up one more skill. Here we'll put an extra point into Arms Master. Here, a point into Mace. And here, 2 points. 1 point into Arms Master. Okay, let's go ahead and recall back to Avley. Start the process of buffing. Man, I wish that the regeneration spell affected the entire party. That would save quite a bit of time. One last buff here. Torchlight, which was left off the light buffs for some reason.
How may we help you? Walk in the light. Goodbye.
And of course, flight. Okay, so we have a few quests that involve Avley. The first is going to the Temple of Ba. So the Temple of Ba is located in the hills in the southwestern corner of the zone. Guarded by wyverns, I believe. Well, wyverns kind of guard everything in this part of the zone, so... Now at this point, I shouldn't have any trouble tearing through these guys. And they are worth quite a good amount of money, so why don't I take care of that?
No match for me. Was that supposed to hurt?
At this point, the wyverns are about as hard for me as the dragonflies were at the starting island, but worth quite a bit more money. Yeah, being down to 4,000 gold, I definitely need to restore my reserves. So why don't I go ahead and gather up as many of these as I can find. Using the fly spell to kind of avoid taking as many hits as I can. That should be good. Okay, that could have gone a little bit better. I'm actually going to get out of here and restore my thief back to health.
Do you need medical attention? Take care.
That does bring to mind one other spell that I should check for. I'm going to head back to Arathia very quickly and look for the Raise Dead spell. Now that I'm a master in spirit magic, I can actually cast that, so that should be a good pickup.
Field of the spirit welcomes you.
Well, no luck there. I wonder if it's actually a body spell instead. I'm pretty sure that it's a mind spell. Actually, we don't even have enough money. That's weird. I could have sworn that I just looted a lot of wyverns, but I'm not showing that money is having gone into my inventory. Well, that's bizarre. I kind of wonder if I'm bugged here. I'm going to head back to that wyvern area and take a look. I don't think that I imagined that. So I have 4139. No, that money counted. Let's see what happens when I loot these wyverns. No, I'm definitely getting the money now. I'm not sure what happened there. That's
Finally!
pretty unusual, though. Okay, regardless though, we should be all set to head to the Temple of Ba, which is just over here. The temple also has a challenge statue on top of it, so I'll go ahead and get everybody a couple more skill points. And with those skill points, I think that I should be able to train a few more skills a little bit higher.
No match for me!
So with Day of the Gods, these challenges no longer so much challenging. This one's worth 7 skill points, which is quite nice. So now I should be able to get everybody an extra point in their respective dump skill, except the rogue, I suppose. Okay, our light magic is now casting at an effective level of 31. I'm going to recast Hour of Power just to get the advantage of that. Everybody's now hitting for a considerable amount of damage. Their elemental resistances are pretty high. And everybody's getting a 160 point boost to every stat, so let's just go ahead and save this here.
Do you think it's safe?
I don't recall this being a particularly long dungeon. Oh, that. Okay. I believe that this is the first place in the game where we'll encounter devils. The Kregan is their proper name. They're a race of spacefaring aliens, but they look sort of like demons, so that's what everybody calls them. It's interesting the sort of lore differences between heroes and this. That's weird. Seems like there's some sort of an invisible door here, so... Okay, one more elevator ride to the top, I guess. But yes, despite all appearances, the Might and Magic series as a whole is actually a combination of fantasy and sci-fi. The storyline goes that, I believe it's approximately 1,000 years before the events that take place in the games, the humans on the planet of Enroth were actually colonists from an advanced spacefaring race filled with all sorts of advanced technology, teleportation, space blasters, all kinds of stuff that you wouldn't expect to find in a game with dragons. But they suffered an invasion from the Cregan race, which are the devils in this game, and the colonies were split off from the rest of the Gate network.
Got it.
If you've watched the Stargaze SG-1 or Atlantis series, it's pretty similar conceptually to what they did in Atlantis.
Got it. Got it. This is weak. This is weak. This is weak.
The difference being this game did it about 10 years earlier. Now, I don't actually even remember what the goal of this quest is necessarily. I don't recall if we have to wipe out every enemy or if there's something else at play here. So let's see. Here we have a letter from the leader of the Freegan saying that the events of Might and Magic 6 did not go their way. And that they've also failed here in Arathia, which are the events of Heroes of Might and Magic 3, I believe. Okay, nothing important there. Let me just take a quick look here. Go into the temple and kill the High Priest of Ba. So our goal here is to kill the High Priest. Now, if I remember right, the High Priest has a pretty good cloak for a knight. I don't recall why that is or what it is, but it's just sort of a faint memory that I have. And actually, I believe that that was the priest right there. So, immunity to disease, insanity, paralysis. Yeah, that is pretty nice, and no downside from the negative intellect and personality. So, yeah, I'll take that as an upgrade. And then this cloak here can go to somebody that can make better use of it. So, the rogue, I suppose. Oops. Well, I accidentally tried to open a chest with the paladin, so that
This is weak.
went about as well as you'd expect it to.
Got it. Figures. This is weak.
Okay, I don't really see a need to linger here, so I'm just going to town beacon back to the Avley Town Square. And I'm going to rest up at the church before moving on to the next objective.
How may we help you? Walk in the light.
Okay, I'm going to call this video here, and I'll pick up next time with the Titan's Lair. I believe it's one of the hardest dungeons in the game, and if we're able to survive, we're going to get a ton of good loot out of it. So, thanks for watching.